just put that to one side. How are you feeling? I'm feeling a bit shitty. I'm feeling a bit shitty. Yeah, good. Like and subscribe. Yeah.
Hello everyone, welcome back into the channel. Hope you are too blessed to be stressed. And somewhere deep down in my heart, I still love you. Ange Postecoglou officially Nottingham Forest manager. All right. Ange Postecoglou is officially Nottingham Forest manager. So he's going to be working for the big fat criminal known as Evangelos Marinakis, a.k.a. Snorlackis. Big fat motherfucking... okay. You know, my initial thoughts on the matter were, what the hell? My second thought was... surely Ange says no. And my third thought was, I guess it's official. Because this is the photo right here that Nottingham Forest used. Says, welcome Ange Postecoglou. You know, I'll be honest, it feels a lot like, have you ever been in a relationship and then you break up and you choose to break up and then you get a new relationship, but then your ex gets a new relationship too, and you're like, somewhere deep down in my heart, I still, like, I want to hate him. I want to hate Ange Postecoglou, but I cannot, because I'm thankful and I'm grateful. I've got Big Bertha back here, and that's thanks to Ange Postecoglou. Tottenham Hotspur fans around the world get to celebrate European glory and rub it in the noses of everybody else because of Ange Postecoglou. So for me, as much as I want to call him a hooer, which is a Sopranos version of whore.
Me, you fucking whore. Get it all out, you little whore.
I could see if it was his daughter or a niece of his. But all this over some dead hooer. Hey, she was a hooer.
My own mother. Fuck you, you fucking whore.
Why do you always talk like a whore?
And she's even worse. She's a whore. My mother's a fucking whore.
Like a fucking horse, they play that music so loud.
Now that's not nice.
What the hell's wrong with you? Look like a Puerto Rican whore. Make me sick.
I want to call him a Puerto Rican hooer, but I can't because he's a European champion. He brought us glory, and now, sadly, bringing sadness. Now, however, the one caveat I will say is his first test as a Nottingham Forest manager is versus Farteta, a.k.a. Poopteta, a.k.a. Mikel Shitel Arteta. He could get 3 points, and that is not something he did with Tottenham Hotspur, technically, but he can. It's still up for grabs. You know what else he can do? Become back-to-back European champions with different teams, because he's in Europa with Nottingham Forest. Obviously, Nuno getting the axe there. And it's interesting because they're going to go from a super defensive counter-attacking style to Ange ball. And I'm a little bit like, I'm a little jealous. Can I say that? I'm a little jealous. Is that allowed? I don't know. But what I do know is ultimately I'm thankful. Ultimately, I appreciate what he was able to do here at Tottenham Hotspur. And I hope he gets relegated. I hope he wins Europa and gets relegated like we thought we might run into. But, you know, there's also this narrative going around that I've seen online, and you know, all the people who said, you're an Ange sexual, Jacob, stop talking about Ange, get over it, are the same people who can't wait to talk about Ange Postecoglou at Nottingham Forest and what he will or won't do with them. So I find it very strange. I would like for everyone to keep that same energy. Now, whatever your energy may be, just keep it the same. For me, I'm appreciative. When he got sacked, I still appreciated what he was able to do here. while also understanding it's time for us to move on. And that's what we've done with Thomas Frank. And things still look good. Obviously, not the best result versus Bournemouth, but we've had a little bit of an international break to get over it and refresh. And obviously, Xavi Simons, which you can't spell Simons without Moans. But that's just a side note. But the main thing is we're going to look a lot different. And I'm really excited still for what Tottenham are going to look like. So that separate from Ange Postecoglou, somewhere deep down in my heart, I still love Ange. And I think that that's okay. I think it's okay to love Ange Postecoglou while also being excited for what Tommy will bring or could bring. Because at the end of the day, you can't erase your history. You can't erase where you've been and what you've done. And as much as people, want to discredit Ange, want to slander Ange, want to use all these types of slurs, Ange derivative slurs. Obviously, you can't stop them. But what you can do is remind people that Ange has done something in 2 years at Tottenham Hotspur that Arsenal have not been able to do for 140 plus years. Hold that. And then also something that Tottenham hasn't done in over 41 years. So to me, again, it is a thank you, but it's also a fuck you. It's a thank you, but also I hope you don't do well versus us. I hope we are able to finish above Forest. Now you look at their squad depth. Obviously, they've been buying in the market. Douglas Luiz is one of the names that comes to my mind as far as like a really good signing that they have. And Douglas Luiz is a player that Ange Postecoglou did like when he was here at Tottenham. There's a few players that Nottingham Forest have that Ange did admire or we were linked to. And I put air quotes if you're just listening, because we don't really know. We just can assume based off of the links and the leaks that come out. So for me, I think he's going to have a hell of a task, with 3 or 4 days to prepare before he does play versus what is supposed to be a champion challenging side in Arsenal. I don't really believe they're champion challenging side, but I think it'll be interesting to see what he's going to do. And not only what he's going to do, but what is he going to say in the first press conference. I actually really can't wait to see what that looks like, because he's going to go in front of the journalists and they're going to say, Dio, he's waiting, you say, mate. And he's probably going to say something classy and snazzy and just a little bit sassy. And I miss that because I feel like Thomas Frank is kind of an even keelter guy, which is what a lot of people wanted. And he's kind of a guy that's, not real braggadocious in the media. He's very much like not going to say that we're going to win. He only will verify that we're going to lose, which we've done, but we've also won. And, he's a humble guy. I would say vastly more humble than Ange, and rightfully so when you look at their achievements compared side by side. Obviously, that's something we looked at when Ange Postecoglou was sacked. However, I'm going to say that this is, with Nottingham Forest, that's probably one of the best squads that Ange Postecoglou's ever had in his career. The same can be said for Thomas Frank. This here at Tottenham Hotspur is the best squad that he's ever had in his tenure as a manager at any level. And then I would also go as far to say, as a Tottenham fan, we've just had the best window that I've ever experienced, far as personally, as far as who we signed, what they can bring to our team, and 4 instant starters in a window. I can't remember the last time we did that. I mean, maybe the Bale thing. I don't know. But for me, appreciative, respectful, loving, but also a little bit fuck you, you hooer. But hey, that's just my quick 5-6 minute spiel on Ange Postecoglou. And you know what? We bid him adieu. We say thank you. I say thank you. Not everyone's saying thank you. A lot of people, again, aren't talking too nicely to a European champion. But at the end of the day, there's something you cannot take away from the man, and that is the fact that he is a European champion. So whether you like it, whether you don't like it, whether you appreciate it, whether you respect it, whether you look back fondly like I am, or you look back salty, or you look back salty, either way you frame it, you can't take away the fact that Ange Postecoglou's a winner. A loser club like Nottingham Forest signs a winner like Ange Postecoglou. I think they might win, because guess what? When all these other clubs, like, Tottenham historically has not been a winner, but he made us one. Yokohama's historically not been a winner, but he made them one. Celtic obviously historically is a winner in their own right. He made them a treble winner. Australia never qualified for this, that, and the other. He made them a winner in that regard. Obviously they didn't win like a World Cup or nothing, but let's show some respect to the GOAT, Ange Postecoglou. Ange Postecoglou in it, bruv. It's all bread and butter. It'll be interesting to see who finishes above who this year. It'll be interesting to see December something. We play them at Forest, and then Ange Postecoglou's return to White Hart Lane will be in March, in and around my late mother's birthday. So hopefully we can get 6 points on the guy, because everyone says when you line up against Ange Postecoglou, everyone knows how to play against him. Thomas Frank was only able to get a point out of 12? No. Yeah. A point out of 12 versus Ange, but that was when he was with Brentford. This is the best squad he's ever had. I have faith in Tommy to go ahead and get all 6 points from Ange, because I'm going to say hopefully he's as clueless as everyone says. I don't think he is, but hopefully he is as clueless as everyone says. But that's my spiel. Please comment down below if you're live or on playback, your thoughts. Do you agree, disagree? Am I a scorned lover who just needs to get over it? I don't know. But Ange, somewhere deep down in my heart, I still love you and I appreciate you. But it's time to smash that ass in December. It's time to smash that ass in March. And that's because you went to a motherfucking dirty scum club like Nottingham Forest. What's wrong with you? You hooah. Anyway, still love you though. Let's get to the comments before we keep going. But make sure you're hitting a like and subscribe if you're new. I did put the chat on subscribers only or there on YouTube. So if you are watching on the YouTube, make sure you are subscribed, or else you can't comment right now. And for some reason, I lost like 4 subscribers. I scheduled a show, and then I lost 4 subscribers. It's weird. You would think that the opposite, like me not doing a stream for a week, would lead to 4 subscribers unsubscribing, maybe. But whatever it is, you're gonna do whatever you want to do, and I salute you and I applaud you to do that. You don't have to like and subscribe. You can dislike and unsubscribe. But if, this kind of channel is your thing, hopefully we'll see you back on the next one. But let's go into the comments. I've got obviously some tweets and stuff I want to get to. If there's time, we'll get to a little bit of the FIFA stuff. Tottenham's player ratings are officially out. They did some content that maybe we could react to, like something like Heung-min Son's rating with LAFC is higher than any player's rating at Tottenham, which I thought was interesting. But anyway, we'll get to it. Let's see who's in the chat. Big up Letty and Pukwa. How you doing? Smash the like button on your way in. Big up Letty. Hopefully you're well. Big up Milton Nobrega, newest moderator on the channel. Just a quick rule. Don't time anyone out. I will take care of that. I just wanted to give you that fucking blue name so you feel special, because you're special to me. How about that, Milton? Ange wins Europa League with Forest. They get relegated whilst being in Championship. They win Champions League. It's who we are, mate. Hope you're well. Jacob and Chewy, smash the likes and support this fella. I actually have some really bad news regarding Chewy. He's no longer with us, sadly. He was sick there for a while. If you notice, there was a little mini hiatus I took from the channel. Yeah. I don't really want to talk too much about that, because I'd rather talk about the sadness of Ange going to Nottingham Forest, because that's obviously something you can wake up and deal with easily, as opposed to the loss of a loved dog, loved animal. I would say loved one, but that seems a little like I lost like a family member, and that's just not true. Even though Chewy is like a part of the family, but he is an animal. It sucks. It sucks. I fucking hate death. Anyway, big up Yogi Bear. How are you doing? Tottenham going to be in line for finishing first in the Prem. Then we go and have to play Forest on the 21st of March, and Ainge going to rumble with his Jan defense. Well, let's hope the high line for life, mate. That's what the quotes say, right? Are we invited to Marinakis and Postecoglou, their big fat Greek wedding? I didn't body shame by using the F word. Oh, well, when it comes to Snorlackis, we can body shame that bastard. Big Ange, my manager, back-to-back Europa League. Yeah, he's got a definite chance to do it, Tottenham Ranger, and he just might. And sorry about the delay. I was eating a burrito. Sorry for not bringing enough for the class. My bad. Don't know what the weather's like in El Paso, but in Australia it's pissing down rain for days. Enough rain for 3 months. It's been hot. Very, very hot. Went to go look at a house today, and it was fucking hot. Giddy Haps. Big up Giddy Haps. Good to see you. Obrigada. Milton, indeed. Big up Jonathan G. Jonathan G. Big sponsor of Big Bertha. Says, what? Trophy within 2 seasons at Forest then? Sadly so. Sadly so. I think it will happen either this year or the next year. Just put the Europa League to one side. How did he do? Well, that's like saying, hey, let's go have coitus, but with no genitalia. It's just not possible. That's like saying, just put 17th to one side. How did he do? Yeah, you could do that too. I guess it goes both ways, huh? And I ain't talking about in the bed. I kind of feel so bad for Nuno. Yeah, but, there was tensions at the end of the season there. They were in the top 4 pretty much the entire season. And then they started dropping. And then all of a sudden you see that big fat bastard walking across the pitch yelling at Nuno. Nuno's like, get the fuck out of here. The one thing you can say about Nuno, though, I think, is that he definitely had a personable relationship with the players. And that was evident to see with the Nottingham Forest players and how they kind of responded to Nuno after matches and stuff like that. I love that. I still love you. Big Ange has arrived, and unfortunately, it's not at my house. But big up Chills. I don't think I said hi, Chills. Big up Chills. How you doing? Hello, Andrew Lancaster. Ange haters now all terrified that he'll succeed yet again. Well, they might. Or I've also seen a lot of, he's going to get him relegated in his second season. You know what he's going to win? The playoffs. And it's like, okay, but that's also like the biggest achievement of Thomas Frank's career. So like we're talking down on a guy to achieve what the best achievement of Thomas Frank's managerial career has been in 30 years. That just doesn't seem consistent. It seems a little wishy-washy, a little flippy-floppy, like one side of the pancake's been cooked and the other side is raw batter. Big up Andrew Lancaster, though. Deep that window they just had was for Ainge. He might have even picked some of them. Big up Chills. This is actually a theory that I've heard going around. Obviously there's only one Nottingham Forest channel I'm aware of that I think even exists, because they don't have that many fans, because they are a tin pot club. Also, I call them Poopingham Forest instead of obviously Nottingham Forest. But I did see this theory getting thrown around there, like, this window we bought so-and-so for him, we bought so-and-so for him. And I'll be honest, like, I was, again, like I said in the very beginning, I was looking through some of their roster there while I was listening to Forest Fan TV, Wolfie. Y'all know Wolfie, that fraud. He looks just like Ainge, by the way. But I was looking at some of their players, and you look at a forward like Arnaud Calimundo, who they just signed this window. I think Awani seems like a very Ange Postecoglou style striker. You could argue Chris Wood is a very Ange Postecoglou style striker. And then obviously Douglas Luiz and James McAtee were 2 names that we were linked with while Ainge was here that we never did get over the line. So I was, Ndoye is another signing that they got from the French league, I think, or the Italian league, actually. They say midfielder here, but I think he's a winger, if I'm not mistaken. Amari Hutchinson, they just got from Ipswich. I actually rate him, even though he's a fucking Chelsea guy. I don't know who Nicholas Dominguez is. And then all the others, I'm assuming, were there, especially Ryan Poopin Yates. Zinchenko is another name that Chills, I would say, aligns with with your tinfoil hat conspiracy theory that Ange Postecoglou had a say in Forest Window, because honestly, when you look at Zinchenko, as much as it is fun to make fun of him, when he was at City, some of his best work was when he was a little inverted, a little bit in that midfield area, even though Arsenal signed him as the left back. I could see him as the starting left back for Ange, doing that inverted fullback thing that everybody hated, and he might actually do it pretty well. But we'll see, I suppose. Season 3 is always better than season 2, right? Well, you know, he's getting another paycheck, and he's been in Dubai eating that Salt Bay meat because of the paychecks that Tottenham Hotspur were writing him, and now he's getting, you know, Greek heroin business money. Shout out Marinakis, and R.I.P. the witnesses in the case against him. R.I.P. those guys that went missing. Will Forest fans sing "I'm loving Big Ange" instead? You know, it's interesting to see because Nottingham Forest fan channel, the Wolfie channel thing, they had a poll in their chat, and there was like 900 votes, and it was like 52% to 48% in favor of Ange. So like slightly in favor of Ange, but then they also said they feel like that answer would be different if he hadn't been appointed yet. But it seems like some of the people are just getting along with it because it's already happening. Who knows? But it seems like they're pretty split down the middle. And one thing I will say about Ange Postecoglou is he will divide their fan base better than Moses and the Red Sea. I guess you could say Ange is like Moses. The Red Sea is Nottingham Forest's home kit at home. Well, I think you get what I'm saying there. Anyway, Ange never wanted to leave, and he left the club in fantastic shape. I would say we are in a much better position now than we were when he joined, 100%. We had 0 European football when he joined, and he leaves, and we have a trophy, and we have Champions League. Again, 17th be damned. I like Spurs, even though I'm a Red. Buy yourself a Forest hat. No. Like, Forest, for me, bro, they've been a championship team until recently. And then they're like, we're bigger than Spurs. We're bigger than Spurs. I just don't think that's true. I never heard of you. Until Jed Spence cooked Arsenal. I'm singing I'm Loving Big Ange instead when we win versus Forest. Oh, Tottenham Ranger, you're shameless, aren't you? Hats off to Ange, you did us proud. Yes, if I had a hat on, I would take it off, but I don't feel like taking off this headband because then I have to readjust my hair. Ange has my heart. I'm a proud Ange sexual, says Tottenham Ranger. Very, you know, you're embracing and you're, I don't know that I would align with the word Ange sexual, because then that would indicate that there's some kind of new gender that's going around out there, and that's just getting into the whole like what is woke conversation. And anytime I hear the word woke, I just get a little cringe. He's gonna have Forrest balling out. I think he's got a nice little squad there. Ola Aina as well as another fullback with a lot of pace. I think he can cook for them. I'm not gonna lie. As long as it's a little and not a lot. Yeah, a little bit, just not a lot. Just don't do a lot to us. 3 points against them lot would be glorious. Hey, I've been saying, Ange Postecoglou, do you have something for me? Question mark. As in, can you beat Arteta, please? Because it will be fantastic. Because there's a lot of these Arsenal fans like, I can't wait to talk shit on Jacob and laugh at him when Ange gets beat by Arteta and all this shit when they got a goddamn sausage patty running up top wearing that number 9, bro. 14. What are we doing here? Will be interesting when Forrest can buy a new defense. That is obviously a big talking point as well. Milinkovic is not the most pacey defender. Murillo, arguably, I would say as pacey as Romero, but Milinkovic definitely ain't no fucking Van de Ven. We know that much. You reckon Ange will go for Brennan Janssen in January? He might. I mean, shit, he got Brennan Johnson to score the most goals out of any player in the club. Again, let's remind ourselves. he had Timo Werner, Dominic Solanke, and Brennan Johnson. And at one point, that starting front three had the most goals in the Premier League. Now, everyone wants to talk about the goals we conceded. And yes, we did concede a lot of goals. But remember, the goal differential is unheard of to be in 17th with that kind of a goal differential. And it was even better before we had some embarrassing defeats. So I just want it to be remembered, let's remember the goals conceded, yes, but let's also remember the goals scored and the bozos he had scoring the goals. And if they were any bit better, I think we would have had double the amount of goals. But that's a conversation for another day, I suppose. On the bright side, we have some good press conferences again with Big Ange at Nottingham Forest. I can't wait to actually see that cheeky little smile he gives after he fucking shoves a question back in the face of a reporter. Especially if they beat Arteta, and then that post-game presser, he's going to be like, I told you, mate, I'm going to come in here, I'm going to get blimey with it, I want to put a few shrimps on the barbie, I want to get crikey.
That's a lovely accent you have. New Jersey?
Austria.
Austria? Well then, good day, mate. Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
Marinakis has hired his brethren as manager. It's a little Greek to Greek connection. Some may say, fuck them both, but I think they might ball out. Those center backs can't play his mad shit. Mad shit is an interesting word for champion. Owner will have managers back with transfers. Owners will have managers back with transfers. You think in January he'll back them? I think he will too, because Marinakis seems like the kind of guy who puts his pride on the line, which would mean that he would have to have a pretty decent window to put some of that pride out there and say, he did say, we always win. And then Ange came out and said, I always win in my second season, mate. I'm not a clan. All right, let's remember. Ange Bear and the Frank Fox. Hey, see, they're both cute, cuddly animals that can fucking kill you. All right, and I like that. We went from a big bear. Maybe some said he was too big, too slow, too much of a bear. Well, guess what? We got a cunning little fox, Frankie the Fox. I like that. We got the Frank Fox, and we had an Ange Bear. And I'm going to be honest, the winter won't be the same with the warmth of a big, chunky bear. However, foxes have a good coat of fur as well. I believe they were hunted in England for a long time because of that coat of fur. Anyway, Ange will be like, it's not my second season, mate. I left the game on pause. And my season 3 is always better than season 2. Ange always wins Europas. He might, bro. He might actually win that shit. Mic drop. I don't know what this is a mic drop to, because that was, 18 minutes ago? But either way. Ange is 10 out of 12 against Frank with Gray and Davies at center back in the mix. Take that however you want. Well, the facts are the facts, Zapur, and we can't run from them. We can only shine a light on them that hopefully makes us look a little bit better. Big up Tottenham Ranger. He is a winner. Yes, he is a winner. Australia won the Asia Cup. Well, there you go. He's even a winner with Australia. I even undermined him at Australia. Undefeated in Brisbane Roar for 38 games. Can he do that with Nottingham Forest? I don't think so. That's like Luton winning the FA Cup. Bro, fuck Luton. How about that? Tommy is a Danish. That's a funny comment. I don't know why. Tottenham fans have been saying we don't mind sacrificing a season for a trophy. Ange listened and was crucified for it. Yeah, exactly. Ange out here doing business, and they trying to act like they didn't like the business, even though he made us a motherfucking champion. He trying to say that, and whenever you try and pull anybody up on it, when you say, hey, I remember, sir, when you said I would take a sacrifice season if we could just win the biggest possible trophy, and that, other than the Premier League, obviously, we weren't going to win. That is the biggest trophy up for grabs, and he won it, the whole shkaboodle, and I got Big Bertha because of this guy. But again, Zapur, if you try and say, hey, admit you were wrong, or sing, they're going to be Jessica Simpson.
You take my breath away. You take my breath away. You take my breath away.
Which I can't lie is a pretty decent move, because I would do the same thing. You have a voice for radio, Jacob. I've been told I also got a face for it. That's a fun little joke that I believe has been around since the dawn of radio. Forrest has a better attacking front than what Ange had when he was at Spurs, says Benny Bang. Cannot disagree with this at all. I would also argue the midfield's better. I would also argue one of the fullbacks defensively is probably a little bit better than Pedro Porro. But that, hey, will remain to be seen. Faz Radfar says, big up Jacob. Big up Faz. Faz Radfar changed from a 3-1 to a 4-0. I like that. Says, I have exactly the same feeling about Ainge return as you have, but good to see him back. It is like a good to see you back. I hope you fail. But not too bad, where it's like everyone's laughing again. I don't know. Pretty sure he'll ball out at Forest. Yeah. I mean, we had Emerson Royale and Ben Davies, bro. Lest we forget. Chewy, I'm so sorry, Jacob. Yeah. I appreciate that. I'm not trying to think too much about good old Chewy. I lost Rocky after 17 years 1 week before Christmas. That's a sad way to celebrate Christmas, I can't lie. I'll be honest, man. September is like just a shit month for me, at least. It's always like September 3rd is the anniversary of my mom's passing. Chewy passed in the first week of September. September 11, 9/11, lest we forget, which hashtag never forget. It was an inside job. George Bush did it. America trained the pilots, etc. Big fight breaks out. Imagine Frank bro, Ainge and Frank ain't gonna have a scuffle on the touchline. No way. Does this make Ainge a made man? He's a hooah. Just go with me. But yes, he is a made man. He's got that the Greek criminal made him, bro. The Greek Tony Soprano. Yeah, he's a made man for sure. Nuno wanted to make the club proud, and we sacked him too. Come on, man. Let's go Forest, says Daniel Pincus. I can't get down with the whole let's go Forest unless it's versus Arsenal coming up, which I am definitely a Forest fan for that. But again, I can't forget how they treated us this summer. And it's almost like a slap in the face that Ainge has gone there, because it's like, bro, they threatened us with a lawsuit because we tried to pay a release clause that they put on a player. That is crazy. They dicked us in the fucking transfer window. Then they come out with quotes. Then they put the gun to Gibbs White back and they say, tell us you love us. And he's like, I love it here. I love it at Forest. Please release my wife. And then now Ainge is going to try and help them win. Bro, what are we doing? If Johnson has a stinker season, do you think Ainge picks him back up again? Maybe. I wouldn't be upset if we sell Johnson back for exactly what we paid for it, and then we get someone of higher quality. Because I think we have higher quality wingers in the squad as it is. But let's put a little bit of respect to Brennan Johnson in regards, like, he can score goals. And there's a few times I've watched like Wilson Odobert where he doesn't get in those same positions, where if he had gotten in the same positions, kind of like Brennan Johnson does, he would have had a tap in, but he didn't, because of, I think Johnson's at least got that football IQ to get into the final, not even deeper than the final third. What is the final 6, the final 8 yards, and then just redirect that pass on in there. And I like it, because if it gets points, I like it. Big up Rob Oy. Marinakis tries any nonsense with Ainge on the pitch, and Ainge will frog march. I don't know what a frog march is, but he's going to frog march him off like Brian Clough once did with any Forest fan dared invade the pitch when he ruled Forest with an iron rod. I'm assuming this is back when they were relevant and they won back-to-back Champions Leagues. Athens, mate. I've been to Athens. I love Athens. Spurs fans have crapped the bed so much with the 17th place, ignoring the context that now Forest are freaked out and panicked. JJJ, this is a very good point, because, Wolfie is one of those people who was trolling me a lot last season, especially at the end of it, about Ange Postecoglou, and then now he has Ange Postecoglou, and it's almost like he's half wanting to be like, fuck yeah, and then the other half wanting to be like, oh no. As far as their fans go, I hope they're all freaked out and panicked. But it seems like a little bit less than half are, at least the ones that voted in the poll. at Wolfie's channel. Big Anges for Spurs fans only. Forrest should find him a new name, or they should call him Master Ange. Just saying, Lake at F Fire, which I do want to say, I'm really glad that, I don't know how, I didn't change anything, but the YouTube is now not doing the at Finkelmeyer1234. It's like your actual username. So that's nice. Does a bear poo in a forest? I think the answer is yes. But if no one's around to see it or smell it or step in it, did he really? Well, I know what Ange did here, and we've seen it, we've smelt it, and we've stepped in it. Will you secretly be barracking for Forest against Spurs? Fuck no. No, bro. Hell no. When we play Forest, there's only one thing I got to say to Ange Postecoglou.
Your business is like your boobs. It's sagging. John Taffer! John Taffer! You're an idiot. Do you get that? Your mother has a sickness. If you can't expose yourself, you have no reason to live. I need your help. You're going to blow this. Move in with your daughter who doesn't want you. Yes, Mr. Taffer. Yes. You see, I'm going to have...
That's all I got to say to Ange. That's really all I got to say to Ange. I'll be honest. Because, bro, it's fuck you pay me when it comes to Tottenham. I don't give a damn. Even though Ange Postecoglou is probably the manager I have the largest affection for in my tenure as a fan in, 12 years? Lake of Fire, I know it ain't happening, but what if Ange calls Sonny from LAFC? No way, no way, no way. What kind of reaction will it be from you because you love them both so dearly? I'll tell you right now, that picture that's inside of the Europa, that's of Ange and of Sonny. And if they get reunited in the Premier League, and we have to see them twice, I will not have good things to say about either. It's not shrimp, it's prawns. It's not shrimp on the barbie. It's prawns on the barbie. Big up MK Dave, Ange Bear. Yeah, he's a little cuddly bear, isn't he? I asked LJ on his channel, would you take 10th place with an FA Cup and a League Cup, or 17th in a Champions League trophy? I would take 17th in a Champions League trophy, because guess what? We in the Champions League again. And we got the biggest, baddest trophy, and we big dogging it. We've won FA Cup and League Cup before, so I would love a Champions League. And I mean, to be fair, I wasn't supporting Tottenham when the last time in 91 or 92 that they won the FA Cup. And also in 2008, I was not following Tottenham adamantly. It wasn't until 2012, 13, something like that. To be honest, I would have liked to see Maynard get a game. No, fuck no. Maynard can fuck off. I don't want to see him get nothing with us. Fuck that piece of shit. Big up Sean Hurl. Good morning. Good morning. Long comment here from Twitch that I'm going to say is a bot because he's trying to sell viewers, which anyone who buys viewers, bro, you need therapy, dog. You don't need to buy viewers. You need to buy a therapist. At Sean, I'm at Wollongong. Huh? Oh, at Sean. Okay, I see what you're doing. I care about Spurs and no one else in the Premier League. Thank you, Sean Hurl. I agree wholeheartedly. No fucking way will I ever support Ange over Tottenham. Like, I love Ange. I love Sonny. Even if they reunited at Nottingham Forest, I would be rooting against them, especially in the table, and especially when we play, like, even more so when we play them. But obviously when they play Arsenal, when they play any of the other big six, I hope that they get that 3 points. Here's a question. I know you want the 6 points, but who actually deserves the 6 points? Tottenham or Ange? I mean, I guess you would have to make that argument after the 90 minutes or 180 minutes from both of the games to say who deserves the points. But I mean, if we're going off of like emotional value, like, I don't know. I feel like that's a hard one to pick because, like, that's all relative. For me, I don't think anyone deserves the 3 points until you fucking go out there in the 90 minutes and grab them. That's just my opinion, though. Ange will be sacked by December. Isn't that what they all said? He ain't gonna be sacked by December unless him and that dude have a big fallout. Then we'll find out. Just win what you can. Okay, great. Love that, Sean. just win what you can. Just go try to win it. Just win something. Hey, Jacob, did you watch Sonny play when he came to Dallas? I do not live in Dallas, but big up you, the animal. Dallas is technically a 10-hour drive away. With the time change, makes it 11 hours. So I did not have the opportunity to make that drive because my wife has work and she's the breadwinner. I'm a trophy husband, if you didn't know. And technically, my schedule is at the will of her schedule. And I couldn't ask her to take off 2 days of work so I could go see Sonny. Unfortunately, she just doesn't understand it the same way. Unfortunately. But I did watch on TV. That was his first MLS goal, and it was versus my old employer. And he scored it in a stadium in which I have poo-pooed in. So how about that? Quick question, Jacob. Do you have a soft spot for another team? You know, I've always had a little bit of a soft spot for Leeds. I can't lie. And I'm not always. It started recently, and it was really when they got promoted to the Premier League because there was a documentary narrated by Russell Crowe, and I thought it was badass. And I thought their fans were like, fuck you, pay me mentality. And I kind of like that. So obviously when we play them, there's no soft spot. It's only hard cock. But like outside of probably Leeds would be the closest thing to like any sort of, because I also don't see him as a threat. Like I couldn't ever have a soft spot for a team that's an actual threat to Tottenham or where we might finish in the table. But I'd say Leeds might be the closest thing, but I still want them to get fucking 0 points when they see Tottenham. I would like to see them stay up, but obviously it depends on how good or bad they are. Jacob, there's nothing sweeter than an undeserved 3 points. Hey, that's like that burrito was rolled, but it wasn't rolled for you, but you found it anyway and you ate it. And I do agree. It is pretty good. Just want to say something, as we aren't season ticket holders, we aren't real fans. Okay. Well,
Mexican girl I was talking to didn't want to go out with me because I couldn't speak Spanish. Guacamole. Chupapi muñaño. Hola, soy Dora. ¿Cómo te llamas?
long tail there on the end of that video, but there you go. Wow, 10 hours. Which city are you at? I'm in El Paso, El Chuco town, the Sun City. Sun City. Hoddle's bootlickers. With not having a preseason, I think Ange will fail at Forest. Interesting. You know, I could also see this being a reality. Hoddle's bootlickers, for what it's worth, which I would never suggest licking boots. That's just unsanitary, number one. But if the conspiracy theories are to be believed, then, you know, this was his transfer window, allegedly. But I do think not having a preseason, having 3 days to prepare for Arsenal could either be a really good thing because Arsenal don't know how to set up against them, or they just use the tape from Tottenham last year and they assume that that's how he's going to set up, and then maybe he can do the old switcheroo, the old bait and switch. Don't think he will. I think he will play Ange ball, because I remember when he came into Tottenham, that first preseason game, I think it was versus Barcelona, I think. We looked so different than what we looked like. Obviously, that was a preseason, so it's kind of like the direct opposite point of what you've just made. But I think his ability to quickly make players play a completely different style will be at least tested and potentially on display. My soft spot is for Blackburn, for Shearer, and Southampton for Matt Letizia. I have a little soft spot for Southampton just because of the Gareth Bale, but that's it. Karma Serene says Leeds have some shame. What's wrong with everyone hates Leeds? I don't, maybe it's because I'm not local. I don't know. And people like really got, no one ever has anything nice to say about Leeds. And Russell Crowe narrated their documentary, man. That's why I fucking, it was really because of Russell Crowe narrating. He was like, in Leeds, they're out there in Yorkshire. And I was like, fucking gladiator, you son of a bitch. Son's free kick and Jacob's poo-poo interwoven in fate. It's almost like that poo-poo was like a precursor. if you will. Today, Sonny scored a magnificent screamer against Mexico. Jimenez was also really good. Didn't Spurs have a link with him? I believe we were linked once upon a time, which is crazy because Raul Jimenez scoring a goal in 2025 is not something I actually had on my cards. However, I was originally going to do a watch along for Korea versus Mexico, but then my boss says, "Hey, we had work," and then I couldn't push the work shift fucking 4 hours. So unfortunately, I had to go to work, and then now we're doing this instead. I was gonna do a quick little coping with Ange, and then do a watch along. And a Sunny watch along, but that didn't work. That's what the UK fans think of us. That is true. They do check your GPS location before they validate your footballing opinions. But I'm used to it. That's something I get all the time. If there's a day that goes by where I don't receive some bullshit about you're American, what would you know? Stick to hand egg, mate. It's all sport, innit? If I had $1 every time I heard that, goddamn, I wouldn't be a trophy husband. My wife would be a trophy wife. Yogi Bear, she belongs to the streets. The Spanish speaking girl? Who? Damn, son, fluent as fuck. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Como te llamas? Guacamole. Yo soy Dora. How about that? Does it get cold in El Paso at all? In the winter, it does. It gets very, very cold in the winter, which I can't wait for. I personally prefer it. Chris Wood scored for New Zealand against Australia. In Australia, it's all Manchester United and Liverpool fans. Never met a Spurs fan in Australia in person, and I'm 41. Well, I know Paul. He lives in Australia. I know you live in Australia. You're both Spurs fans for a long, long time. So there you go. That's my 2. And then also Nate Pye and the Pye family. That's like 3. And, I mean, 3 in that Pye family. I don't even think Nate Pye tunes in anymore, but either way, shout out Nate Pye. Hey, Milton, don't tar me with the season ticket. I have a ticket, but I only get to half dozen games. Does that make you a real fan, Sean? I don't know. Raul Jimenez, too old, sadly. Think he's 34. I would take him if we didn't have Richie or Solanke. Interesting. I don't think he's been the same player since that head injury that he had. He had that really scary, awful head injury, if you remember a few years back when he was at Wolves. I don't really think he's been the same player since, in my opinion. Leeds are not known as dirty Leeds for no reason. No nice experiences there ever. That's what I'm saying. I feel like a lot of people call them dirty Leeds. They don't like Leeds. I'll be honest, I'm only basing my opinion on this very long tenured English club because Russell Crowe narrated a documentary and I thought it was cool. That's literally the only I mean, I liked Calvin Phillips and Rafinha when they were there, but that's really it. I'm a Spurs fan from Austin Mere and Wollongong. I have no idea where they are, but you're all in Australia? That's 5. Bro, I was talking about Santiago Jimenez. Oh, that Jimenez scored. It wasn't... Oh, okay. I like Santiago Jimenez. What was he at, Feyenoord? Now he's at AC Milan. And then I think there was rumors that he might leave, or did he leave? I don't remember. But there were a couple of those rumors. I do like Santiago Jimenez, actually, for what it's worth. I think he's got a good size. I think he's a good profile of a striker. My bad for assuming the other Jimenez, but they're both Mexican. So, Raul and Santiago. Anyway, I don't know. He's been in really good form for the last 6 months. Raul is the superior Jimenez. Interesting. So you're a big fan of Raul Zapur. I mean, you were also a fan of Giovanni Lo Celso, and I still judge you for it to this day. But both of the Jimenez scores. See, this is confusing as fuck. How many fucking Jimenez? Anyway. Is Jonathan David doing much at Juve? I don't know, and I don't think so. But I can't say I've watched any Juve games this season because when I think of Juve,
we struggle to get it up.
I definitely struggle to get it up whenever I'm thinking about Juventus. But anyway, I've caught up in the chat finally after almost an hour of great conversation. Which shout out to everyone in the chat. Hopefully you were doing well. Again, like and subscribe. But let's look at some of the bookmarks I have, shall we? We're not going to look at the FIFA stuff. We're going to look at this. We're going to look at this. It says, well, you know, Staffy's about to get pissed off again, but I got to adjust this layout because he's got the layout all funny. There we go. Oops. Oopsie. I've bookmarked this tweet. It says, Ange will get us relegated. And then he finishes 5th. Ange will never end our trophy drought. And then he wins a European trophy. Ange will never get another Premier League job. Then he gets another Premier League job with a club in Europe. Ange will get Forest relegated. And it says, do you ever tire of being wrong? Well, you know, I am hoping that last one is true. Even though the aforementioned 3 are not true, because, you know, the slander that they want to put on their name. Will you be buying tickets for the World Cup? Jacob, I heard tickets are on sale soon. I do want to figure out the best. I want to go to Monterrey in Mexico. I want to go to Monterrey, and I want to watch a game there. The stadium looks absolutely beautiful. The scenery looks absolutely beautiful. I don't know who's going to be playing where, so maybe once I find that list, then I can make a decision. Am I going to drive to Dallas for a game? Am I going to go to LA for a game? Or am I going to go to Monterrey or Mexico City? I don't know. But pick up the animal. I'm hoping to. If I'm blessed enough financially, I will. Unfortunately, the YouTube channel does not bring in enough money to cover electric bill at this juncture. So, you know, maybe if my wife gets some more job or more clients, then, you know, that's something I could look at. I don't know, but with this move coming up, shit, I'm about to be spending a lot of money on that bullshit. Aspasia says, Staffy's your work wife. I guess if you could call it that, sure. But, you know, he would probably have something to say about this. When it comes to what I have to say about this, well, that didn't make much sense, but anyway. My dream is football in Mexico City. I might be able to make that happen. Life is tough. Yeah, life is tough, you know. Life don't fucking wait around for anybody. Sean Hurl, you got to do N17 first. Sean, I'm telling you right now, you've been talking to me a lot about this, and if I am able to financially get myself to North London, I pray that you and I are able to sit together at a game. I know that there's a bunch of complicated bullshit going on with the ticketing and you got to buy a membership and all that other stuff. But if it happens, Sean, I'm depending on you for a ticket. And then I got to talk to some other people and figure out who I'm depending on for a fucking room and transportation. Because I ain't trying to pay for no hotel. But I might have to pay for a hotel. But I ain't trying to. If I go with my family, we're definitely going to get a hotel. But if it's just me, shit, I could sleep on a motherfucking floor. I could fall asleep anywhere. I could fall asleep in a car. My back would probably not like it, but I only ever said that Lo Celso was good when he's able to actually put the butts. Hey, he's a poor. You can try to justify however you want to justify your love for Gio. He's a fraud. He's not a real footballer. At least in my opinion. Maybe in Spain he is. I would love to watch Dortmund versus Bayern for the Bavarian Baver. Every time I tune in to Waffle, Jacob or my boy Doss is in jail. The chat don't recognize greatness. Look, Chills, I know for a fact they like to silence me because they don't want me to spit factual information and truths when I am able to join American Waffle. Doss, to be fair, deservedly most of the time, he should be in jail. But all he does is really talk like a champion. But what they do to me, you know, I'm not saying we're alike. I'm not trying to compare myself to this man. But when I say his name, just remember what they did to him when he was alive. R.I.P. Nelson Mandela. They silenced him as well. They threw him in jail. They didn't want Nelson to speak his truth. Just like Nelson, they silenced me. I have access to 2 tickets, mate. That's the least of your problem. Big up, Sean. We've got the tickets on lock whenever we get up to North 17. North London 17, which I'm assuming is like a district or something. Anyway, I've got this tweet here. It says, time traveler moves a chair, and the timeline has Frank at Tottenham, Sonny at LAFC, Levy steeps down, and welcome Ange Postecoglou, which, to be fair, I did see something in one of the group chats about Levy talking, what is this? Hakimi soccer, which I don't know if it's tied at all to Akraf Hakimi, Hakimi. I don't know if it's related to him, even though I can't fucking say his name. But if this is true, it says Daniel Levy finally breaks silence with brutal message to Tottenham fans after a shock exit. Which, let me zoom this in so y'all can read it too. Daniel Levy finally breaks silence with brutal message for Tottenham fans after a shock exit. He's long-serving, blah, blah, blah. Levy, who's been at the helm for over 2 decades, has been a divisive figure among supporters, from overseeing the move of the state-of-the-art Tottenham Hotspur Stadium to making bold managerial appointments that failed outside of Ange Postecoglou. His reign has been marked by both progress and controversy, yet for years the chants of Levy out echoed around the terraces, fans accusing him of prioritizing profits over trophies, which is true. Now, speaking for the first time since his exit, Levy has hit back in no uncertain terms. I don't know if this is true, but I'm going to operate off the assumption it is. Big up Dan, the Hotspur Hood, says, you going to London, North London, be careful, don't wear jewelry. Luckily, any jewelry I do have is fake. I don't spend money on jewelry because I'm not a rapper or a professional athlete. So I think I'll be okay. Hopefully they don't, shout out to UK, bro. Don't stab me, damn it. I know there was that one American or that Canadian dude who was like, London ain't gonna do shit. And then he went out there and they shanked him right in the neck. I don't even know if he lived or died. But what I do know is he got shanked. And I ain't trying to have that happen to me. I got a family. According to reports from London Football Insider, the former Spurs chairman told close associates, here we go. Quote, Tottenham fans have no idea how much I sacrificed for this club. They scream Levy out without understanding the realities of running a modern football club. If they think they can do better, they should try sitting in my chair for a second. This doesn't sound like Daniel Levy. I'm feeling bullshit on this article. His words didn't stop there. Levy allegedly went further, telling Sky Football News, special interview not yet broadcast, that so maybe this will drop soon, because if this is on camera, I want to hear this bald motherfucker say it. He says, I built them a world-class stadium, gave them Champions League nights, and tried to bring the best managers in world football, and still they insult me week after week. Maybe now they'll appreciate what they had when it's gone. There's no way this is true. This motherfucker does not talk like this. I need to see the video proof. The brutal remarks have sparked a frenzy among Spurs supporters online. Some fans welcomed his honesty while others doubled down on their criticism. One Tottenham fan tweeted, Levy blaming the fans when he's the reason we're trophyless. Classic deflection. Well, we're not trophyless. We are European champions. Another added, quote, he's right in a way. We don't see what goes on behind the scenes, but 20 years, 1 League Cup, that says it all. 20 it's more than 20 years. I think it was 25 years, and it was a League Cup and a Europa Cup. There's no way this is Levy, bro. Yeah, there's no way. This is fake as fuck. It's got to be fake as fuck. Levy now knows what it's like being sacked. He can hold that motherfucker. This has got to be fake, right, Zapur? Levy's departure marks the end of an era for Tottenham, blah, 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 whether fans... Bro, he don't talk like this. These two quotes right here, this last sentence, if they think they can do better, they should try sitting in my chair. He don't talk like that. And he don't say, they insult me week after week. Maybe now they'll appreciate me when he's gone. I don't think that's true. I don't think this is a true article. So I'm going to go ahead and tab off of it, and we can just assume that it's fake until we see the video proof. Why did I bookmark this? Evangelos Marinakis on Ange Postecoglou coming to the club says, we are bringing a coach to the club who has a proven and consistent record of winning trophies. His experience of coaching teams at the highest level, along with his desire to build something special with us at Forest. Oh, so he has a desire to build something special with them at Forest, huh? Is that what you're saying to me? You telling me that Ange Postecoglou said, I want to build something special at Nottingham Forest?
Me. You fucking whore. Get it up.
How fucking could you do that, Ange? Says makes him a fantastic person to help us in our journey and achieve consistently all our ambitions. Quote, after gaining promotion to the Premier League, then building consistently season after season to secure European football, we now must take the right steps to compete with the very best and challenge for trophies, which Ange will help them win. Ange has the credentials and track record to do this, and we are excited he is joining us on our ambitious journey. So they have an ambitious journey, and this is the part that sticks out to me the most. His desire to build something special for us. Again, this just feels like we broke up with her and now she's with someone else who's like maybe got more money than us, and at least on the Instagram is looking like he's gonna treat her better. And that shit pissing me off. Does that make me petty? Sure. Does that make me salty ex? Maybe. But this, if he genuinely has a desire to build something bro, get this shit out of my face.
Smoking gas. This is when I'm refereeing for money. This shit crazy. Look, he playing defense and all. Oh, bro, he got the steal with the L. Hey, yo, chill. Hey, chill, yo.
Get this out of my face. What's the next fucking bookmark I got? Because I can't even, I don't want to imagine Ange having desires with anyone else. That's just me. That's all the bookmarks I have, and the rest of this bullshit is FIFA. But I don't really give a shit about FIFA 26 ratings, if I'm honest, other than the fact our highest rated players are 84 and Heung-min Son is rated 85. It's weird. Why is Kudus an 80? Anyway, what's this from Tottenham?
For an FC 26 items ratings battle. This could be brutal. Oh no!
This could be
Top bins,
brutal.
top bins. Oh! Take his scores and put them where you think they should be. What attribute?
Five.
Oh! You know what Richie's going to do to you, don't you?
That's crazy.
So I saw Jed put 99 pace on himself, which is admirable. But FIFA doesn't agree. I saw Dominic Solanke put 99 on his shooting. FIFA does not agree. He also put 80 something in his pace. I'm pretty sure FIFA gave him like a 60 or a 70. What's crazy is they've got these players that they fucking tarnished with their ratings, doing a ratings reveal. There's no way these motherfuckers were happy when they saw their actual card.
Yeah! Lot of respect.
There is no way. Richie, Dom, and Jed were pleased with their ratings.
Yeah, 53!
Is that Odobert?
He's good defender. He checked back.
What's his cooker?
Bro, they gave Odobert 99 dribbling. Just wait till they see his 75 overall.
101. 80. Are you ready? Oh no!
I actually do want to see. Their reactions to their actual cards. Our ratings are ridiculous. I do agree. I guess let me do this. YouTube. And then I'll do Tottenham Hotspur. Ratings reveal. Here we go. I don't want to do all this fluffy.
Top bins. 99.
Top bins. So they let him shoot with, I guess because that's a celebration.
99! Dom's on fire.
Again, they grabbed 4 players that they fucking rated so trash. That's actually depressing. Let me see, where do they actually put any of these players? So none of these players are in our top 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So our top 11, none of them are in. Dominic is our tied 13th highest. And they give him an 80. 71 pace. Ugh. Bro, Odobert, Spence, Richie, they didn't even make it on here. These ratings are atrocious, dude. Fuck FIFA for that.
Let me go for 90.
Where's he going with the...
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, it has to be the... Yeah.
fair.
Wow, he gave Solanke 35.
Oh, he's taking.
Okay, so they're just like.
Anything you change around there?
You know it.
15.
That's crazy. He's not above 90.
Put 99. You know
So it's just friendly
Anything you
banter
change
that I
around
don't
there?
care about. I just want to see their reaction to their actual fucking tennis. Is that badminton?
Technical problem with the ball launcher. So Wilson, I'll... 88. What? No. We got last one.
55. No, sir.
9. Well done, bro.
All right, let's.
Because
53.
What's is quicker than you, bro?
You want to switch?
No, it's okay.
Okay, lads, now I'm going to show you your actual item ratings.
Okay, this is what I want to see. Let me see their actual ratings, and I want to see their faces because they can't be happy with this. Also, who is this guy with the neck tattoos and the bleached hair, and they're just gonna give him a free fucking $180 training top? Interesting.
For next season. Any ideas on what your overalls are? 75?
Yeah.
101? 80. Jed?
77.
77.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get the cards out.
okay.
Wilson,
I wonder if they're right, actually. It seems like they might already know.
you're first.
Yeah.
Overall rating
you're the
75, and that's how it looks.
Yeah, no.
Okay, Dom,
Damn, they all laughed at him, and he said, oh no.
are you ready?
Oh,
Downgrade,
no.
downgrade.
Bro, that is trash. 71 pace, 80 shooting. Bro, ain't no one trying to use Dominic Solanke in FIFA 26.
I got downgraded, bro. Right though. Last season of school, huh?
71. I know. I didn't pick the
Wait,
numbers.
wait,
I didn't pick the numbers.
I saw someone tweet, our record signing is a non-rare. Bro, he's a common gold. He's not even rare. He's a common gold. Oh my god.
Terrible. Is this rare?
Oh shit.
Wait,
I didn't pick the numbers.
Terrible. Is this rare? Is this rare?
No.
I don't see it.
Bro, they gave him a common gold, and that's our record signing, dog. That's embarrassing. Richarlison's pissed.
Richie, what's
Finally, someone's pissed. Bro, they gave him a 78 overall. He thought he was an 80. 76 pace, 78 shooting. What a trash card.
Hey, I'll take it, you know.
So no one's happy with their items. No.
So Jed said, I'll take it, you know. I mean, he's got 88 pace. I think that's about 2 or 3 shy of his true pace. 79 dribbling. I think he's better than that. Defense, I think he's better than a 74. I think they hoed Jed Spence, too. I think they hoed all 3 players. Maybe not Odebert.
He's happy.
Me, I'll take it, you know.
Big up Cubed. Can we talk about how underrated Romero is? Yeah, it's fucking disrespectful bullshit. The fact he's not like our top 2 best player is stupid, number 1, and fraudulent, number 2. And there's a reason why he's probably not in this video, because he's probably on Argentina duty. But we're going to go ahead and say it's because I'm sure he doesn't like his rating either.
Okay, Jed will take it. Richie's not happy. Dom, no.
Wait, let's see the overall opinion. Let's see.
Take it, you know.
So no one's happy with their items. Nobody's happy.
Me, I'll take it, you know.
Okay, Jed will take it.
So
Richie's
Jed
not
said,
happy.
I'll take it.
Dom,
Richie
no.
said no.
Wilson, no. Okay,
No.
lads, thank you so much. Guys, hope
So Dom didn't like it. Richie didn't like it. Odebert didn't like it. Jed said, I'll take it, which sounds like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Like, sure, I want filet mignon, but I guess I'll take a peanut butter and jelly. The rest were like, fuck this. And I like Richarlison's reaction the most because he's like, the fuck is this? He has more respect in himself and more self-pride than what, like, you can tell. Look at him. He's sitting here staring at that card, bro. He is pissed, which I hope this only makes him want to score more goals. Please.
you enjoyed this video, don't forget to comment below if you think the ratings
If you enjoyed
are
this
fair
video,
or what
in
you
my bleached hair, in my little neck tattoos, make sure you leave a comment. I'm gonna leave a comment. Oh, hee, neck tats, hee, and bleached hair, hee.
That's what I think. I ain't even gonna like that video. Ooh, there's a Mickey emoji. Which I'll save that. I'll save that. When it's already past 1 a.m. here, so I guess I should probably get going. Guess we should probably wrap this thing up. But big up everybody. Here's those official ratings, by the way. Madison an 84 is obviously Moans. Can't spell Moans without Moans. Is an 84. Kulu's an 83. Paulina's an 83, but his pace is like 50. They give him that Hoiberg pace. Sicarios an 82. Van de Veen's an 82. Romero's an 82. Fraudulent. Pedro Porro's an 82. Kolo Mwani's an 81. Kudus is an 80. Destiny's an 80. Bentancur 80. Dominic 80. SAR 79. Brennan Janssen 79. What a bunch of frauds. Bunch of liars. Fraudulent. Just pissing me off. Yogi Bear, you're right. It is all just a scam. Teaching kids to gamble, motherfuckers. Can't wait for Big Ange versus Ozempic Frank. I hope Frank doesn't change to protein shakes. Well, I hope Frank on the day is the winner and the collector of all 3 points because he's the Tottenham Hotspur manager. And that's my opinion on the matter. But Edward, I am hoping Ange Postecoglou's first match as Nottingham Forest manager is 3 points versus Arteta, a.k.a. Farteta, a.k.a. Sharteta. Anyway, big up Return to Normal. Good to see you back in the house. Long time no see. Big up Ghosted every single time. FIFA has always been frauds when it comes to us. Yes, that is true. I actually thought that like they would give us a little bit more respect because they hoard us out in Ultimate Team after we won Europa. They were like, spend $10 on the game and you can have a fucking cool 90-something card. And I was like, fuck no. And that's actually when I stopped playing the game because I wasn't getting any in the packs. And I was like, fuck you. Y'all trying to make me pay money. I hate that shit. Dan says Romero way too inconsistent as why low rating. I don't know if he's been inconsistent in my opinion. I think he just wasn't consistently healthy. So inconsistent from a fitness standpoint, I would agree with. But I guess, yeah, last year performance-wise, Crystal Palace is one that I'm thinking of last year where I'm like, what the fuck, Romero? Leicester in the first week. So there's some games when he was fully healthy that you could argue he should have absolutely been better in. But it's only because of Ange Postecoglou. He's so naive and so other adjectives that people insert here. But you know what you got to say at the end of the day is Ange Postecoglou's a winner. And a winner going to a shitty loser club, he might turn them into winners like he did for Tottenham Hotspur. But that's going to do it for the show, folks. I hope you enjoyed this coping session. We are definitely coping. It's me, Everest, says Big Up Jacob in chat. Tommy Engine Choo Choo going on well for you. Yeah, I'm all aboard. Choo Choo. Choo Choo motherfucker is technically my feelings on the matter. Choo Choo motherfucker. Lester, I barely know her. I do like that. Yeah, it's always a good one. It's never too late for a goddamn dad joke. I'll tell you that much. Lester, I barely know her. Have a lovely evening. Big up, Chills. Hopefully, if you're in the UK, you have a blessed day and a fortuitous day ahead of you. If you're like me, hopefully you get some good rest. Hopefully you can sleep and not think about Ange Postecoglou wearing that shitty Nottingham Forest logo, which, to be fair, he didn't actually wear too much Tottenham Hotspur stuff outside the training gear. So, and gotta imagine I'm mostly looking forward to that fucking first press conference where those reporters are gonna be like, "You gonna win in your second season, mate?" And he's gonna be like, "I'm not a clan. I'm not a clan, mate." It's gonna be fucking great. A big up Everest every single time. Nah, Forest ain't doing anything this season. It's always second season for Ange. Technically, this is his third in the Premier League, so you could argue maybe the best is yet to be seen. This is the deepest squad that he's ever had, allegedly, per me. Anyway, hopefully y'all have liked, subscribed, shared, all that fun stuff. I was gonna say bullshit, but if you frame it like bullshit, then people are probably not gonna be like, yay you. But either way, stay blessed, stay fresh. Up the lads. Choo choo. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to somebody else today. And or tomorrow if you're in America like me. You know, be kind to yourself today and tomorrow. Be kind to someone else today and tomorrow. And come on, you Spurs. And Ange Postecoglou, my final message again is you're a hooer.